Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you guys how I achieved this clean flawless glam. If you want to see how I achieved this, please stay tuned. Do not go away. Thank you guys so much. I love you all. It's your girl Lizzie. Today I am going to show you how I achieved this beautiful glam that you can see right here on your screen. And the first thing I did was to use a spoolie to brush the hairs on her brows. Thereafter I went to carve the brow. It's very important for you to carve the brow so that you can put it in shape and so that you can have a very neat brow to work with. After that, I went ahead to draw her brows, and right now I'm using a Davis brow pencil in the shade 0.08, and I'm just going to draw a thin line under her brow like this, and another thin line at the top of the brow just to connect it with a thin line underneath the brow, and thereafter I am going to fill it up. I want this brow to be as natural as possible, so I'm not going to use a black pencil or anything darker than this because I want the whole brow to be as natural as possible. Right now I'm going to go ahead to fill up the brow very well so that everything looks good. After that, I am going to pick up my concealer, and this concealer that I am using is from GLE Cosmetics, and I'll pick this shade that is about 3 tones lighter than that of her skin tone just to highlight underneath the arc. And then for the inner corner of the brow, I'm going to go in with her shade of foundation, which is also from GLE Cosmetics. Blend guys. Right now I am just blending so that there is no demarcation between the lighter shade and the darker shade. Right now I'm going to conceal the top of the brow using the same foundation that I used underneath the inner corner of her brow. And after concealing it, I am going to blend. It's very nice for you to use the same shade of foundation that you are going to use all over the face to conceal the top of the brow, because it just makes everything easy and makes your work not to be messy. Right now I'm just going to blend all of that. So while you're trying to draw the second brow, try as much as possible for them to look like sisters, not necessarily as twins, but as sisters should be very fine. Right now I'm going to go ahead to conceal her eyes, the top of the lid like this, and I'm using GLE Cosmetics concealer at the top of the lid like this, and I am just going to blend that properly so that it sits good. And I'll be doing this on her both lids like this. And then right now I'm going to use a beauty blender to blend that properly so that everything sits well, so that I don't have harsh lines here and there. Right now I'm going to pick up this eyeshadow palette from Dominique eyeshadow palette, and I'm just going to pick a burnt orange shade like this, and I'm going to blend that at the crease area and then towards the transition area like this. You can make yours bolder than mine, but I prefer it like this because I was actually going for a very subtle look. So for the outer corner of her lid, which is her crease area, I'm going to go in with a burnt brown and then blend that towards the inner corner of her crease like this. So I'll repeat the same thing on the other part of her lid. And then right now I'm going to go ahead to apply an eyeliner at the top of her transition area like this. I wanted something a little bit dramatic but not too much, so I'm just going to apply it like this. Make sure that your brush is as flat as possible in order for you to get the same thing that I did just now. So for lining the eyes, I'm going to go in with the black shade of eyeliner from Carite Cosmetics, and I'm just going to drag the waterline area a little bit so that I can assess that area and apply it. Right now I'm going to use a face wipe to clean her face properly, just to remove the dirt from her skin. And then right now I'm going to go in with MIS Bomb Moisturizer. I am just going to apply this all over her face generously so that everything sits properly. If you actually do a very nice moisturizing job, there is no need going in with primer. So I'm just going to massage that on her skin like this so that everything sits well. Right now I'm going to go in with foundation, and this foundation is the same foundation that I used at the inner corner of her brow, and I'm just going to apply this all over her face like this. Make sure that it's in the same shade of your model or your skin tone, just so that you do not look like you're putting on a mask on your face. So I'm just going to apply the foundation like this all over her face. So guys, at this point I'm going to go in with a lighter shade of foundation on her T-zone areas, and I'm just going to apply this on her jaw, underneath her eyes, just so that her face can be properly highlighted and so that the face can pop a little bit. And I'm going to apply this on the forehead as well. So for concealing today, I'm going to go in with GELE Cosmetics concealer, and I'm going in with this shade that is about 3 tones lighter than that of her skin tone, and I'm just going to apply it on her T-zone area like this and then blend. Moving on guys, I'm going to go in with powder, and this powder that I'm using today is from GELE Cosmetics, and I'm just going to apply it all over her face like this. In the areas where I highlighted, I'll go in with a lighter shade of powder. Meanwhile, the areas where I contoured, I'm going to go in with a darker shade of powder. So at this point guys, I'm just highlighting underneath her eyes, her forehead and jaw, basically on her T-zone area, so that the makeup can pop. And then after doing that, I'm going to go in with blush, and I'll apply this blush on her cheeks like this, just so that it can give me, you know, a very blushy effect. So basically guys, when you're applying blush, you're applying on the cheekbone towards the temple, and not just anyhow. You're applying on the cheekbone and then towards the temple, so that you can really have a lifted effect. So at this point guys, I'm going to go in with setting powder, and then I'm just going to apply the setting powder on her T-zone area. In the places where I highlighted initially, I'm going to apply setting powder on her T-zone areas and then allow it to So right now guys, we are going to line her lips, and I'll be using a dark shade of lippy at the upper and lower parts of her lips, and then blend that properly. She was actually going for an orange lippy effect, so that is what we are going to do. Next up, I'm going to use my orange color corrector, and then I'm going to apply that like this all over her lips and blend basically guys. And once we are done, we are going to go in with a deeper shade of orange and then apply gloss. Applying gloss so that the whole lip can pop. I actually do prefer glossy makeup, and she actually did prefer it, so we went in for gloss. Then right now guys, it's over 5 minutes that we applied the setting powder, so I'm just going to take all of that off. I'm going to buff it off like this. Make sure that her head still looks very much like her neck or her chest. You don't want the difference to be too much. So I'm just going to take all of that setting powder all away from her face. And then right now, guys, I'm going to go in with a deeper shade of Lippy, because she wanted the outer corner of her lip to be darker. So I'm just going to apply that again and blend basically. So at this point, I'm going to go in with highlighter, and this highlighter that I'm using is from GELE Cosmetics, and I'm just going to highlight the top of her cheekbone like this so that it can pop, so that the whole makeup can look nice. Then apply it on her T-zone area and also on her nose. So guys, I want the eye makeup to pop, so I'm going to intensify the underneath the eyes, which is the waterline, a little bit, and I'm going to go in with a black shade of eyeshadow, and I'm just going to intensify that area like this. Thereafter, I'm going to go in with falsies, just so that the whole makeup can come out and it can look very, very nice. And then after applying her lashes, I am going to spray the face just so that the whole makeup can last long. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I do hope that it was helpful. If it was, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, guys. Like and share if this video was detailed enough and if you learned something. Thank you all for watching. I love you guys so much. If you've not turned on your notification button, please do that so that each time I post, you get the notification and you'll be the first to know. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.